this is Lego Preethan here, and today I'm going to review for you set number 76083, Beware the Vulture. And if you have been watching my other videos, you know that I've been wanting this set for a long time, but I just couldn't find it in any store at all. But now that I finally got it, I'm really excited to review this. So first off, we'll actually take a look at the Vulture himself. And actually, since this movie came out a week ago, it's still, some people may have still not watched it, so I'm not going to give any spoilers, but I will say, this little thing may or may not be in the movie. So, yeah, let's get to it. Vulture, by the way, isn't scaled right, or his wings aren't scaled right to his, according to his body. Because in the movie itself, he can actually stand with his wings on. But in this one, they make him look like he's on stilts, and it just doesn't feel right. But the build for the wings itself is actually very interesting. You do get the Nexo Power shields as the little things in the side. And then these two ball joint kind of attachments, I don't know what these are. I think these are supposed to be the engines, but they could have at least had those engine pieces or a sticker, something like that. But I mean, they could have printed it instead of putting a sticker. But speaking about stickers, there's two right here. And then there's just this little engine piece over here. And you do get some movement on the back. And then the wings itself, you do get a little bit of movement. You can extend it like that, but then it just wouldn't feel right. But, you know, to make it look more menacing, you can just make it like that. But then the stud shooters would conflict. And then the stud shooters, didn't really see him having anything extra besides the wings. So I don't know if this is supposed to represent some other weapon. But it just wasn't there on his costume. So, I mean, they just wanted to add something extra. But still, it just wasn't in the movie. But again, you know, stud shooters, if you press it, it does come out. And again, the minifigure for Vulture was very well done. And Michael Keaton actually did the role for the Vulture in the movie very well, and just loved it, his role throughout the movie. And as you see, this is the same helmet for the Superior Iron Man that we saw in the Agent Coulson set, or the Detroit Steel set a while back. And they've just repurposed it, recolored it, and just printed his mask in the movie as you see it. And then the face underneath, don't know what this extra thing is, but you see it actually is very accurate. I didn't expect it to be this accurate, actually, because usually they kind of become lazy and put like the same headpiece from another minifigure. And this time they didn't actually do that. They made it specially for this character. And you do see they didn't leave the back blank, actually. They do have a little bit of printing on the back, and that's a really nice thing. And then you do see his fur coat. It does continue all the way to the back. You can't really see it, but when you take it off, you can. And then his legs don't really have any printing, but his torso does, just little bits of detail here and there. And just, yeah, this minifigure is just well done. It just, if they made the wings in a different way rather than, you know, making it 10 times his size and not him being able to stand, it would have been a lot better. But that's just a small complaint, because this set is still really awesome. And again, this may not be a spoiler, but yeah, this just, you know, he's not in the suit. Yeah, again, I can't really tell you anything about that, because if I do, it'll be a spoiler. But, you know, they just give a trans blue kind of minifigure head, and this time it's not Tony Stark in it, which is a very big surprise. And the suit itself, it's always really nice to get the same Iron Man minifigure, but in different printing or different kind of Mark 5, or I don't even know what mark he's on at this point, but it's still a mark, something like that. Considering he blew up all his suits, I don't know how he keeps making new ones. But again, the silver add-ons on the suit is very nice, and those little blue dots also to add to the suit is very nice. And again, to stimulate that or simulate that he's flying, they do have to put the studs for his arms and then the tubes for his legs. I think they do give extras for that. And then there's Spider-Man himself. This time with the power blast function we have seen before, but I think before we've seen the blast as in the Iron Man blast, but this time they have it in the shape of a web, or sorry, a web in the shape of a power blast. And what you do is you just do this and just it flicks. They gave you one for each arm and then an extra. But really, you can just put one on one arm and just let him hold the web on the other. They do include another web piece and another cobweb. And they do include a phone for him, which is very nice. Never actually seen this. I'm pretty sure it's new, but I feel like I've seen this tile with this printing before. If I can actually, yeah. It kind of looks like an iPhone. You see the bars and everything very faintly, and you see they even went as to go to the percentage, and they went really specific and put 81. And that's really nice. And again, the Spider-Man minifigure is basically the same, but they did change some things, like the back. The spider is different because it used to be like a small black spider, but they have since they've changed his costume, they have changed it to a red one, and you still can't see it. Yeah, there you go. And then you do get the dual molded legs and just a little small printing or just small design or detail here and there. And yes, the suit and the minifigure is always nice to get a new one, because we've been seeing like the same Spider-Man minifigure for at least a while, and I just hate getting that over and over again, so it's kind of a relief to actually get another version. And then the final one is the Shocker. Obviously he doesn't look like he does in the comics, but you know, he's still a really nice character in the movie. And yes, it would be a spoiler if I told you another detail, but yes, the movie was really great. It did come out last week, and I just loved it. It was a really good Spider-Man movie, but that's getting off track basically. But you know, you see the arms over here, they have a little bit of printing, as you can kind of see in the actual Shocker costume. And he does come with 2 gloves instead of 1, but I'm pretty sure, or at least I'm 100% sure, that he only wears 1 glove throughout the entire movie. Or, you know, that's not really spoiling anything because you've seen, like, in the trailer. And yes, there is no printing on the back. There's no double-sided printing. But on the back of the torso, you do get a bit of his hood on the back, so that's a really nice detail. And then again, no leg printing whatsoever, but nonetheless, it's always nice to get a different skin tone minifig head, or just minifig in general. And that's just really cool. But onto the truck. This one is actually my most favorite truck so far, because all the previous trucks that any theme has made has been like really small, or hasn't been really detailed or sleek. But you know, they've actually pulled it off very well with this truck for the movie. And it's not really a spoiler, but this scene does actually happen in the movie. Everything, just the minifigures, everything is actually all really precise. So I don't know how they pulled that off. But again, all these are stickers, which is really disappointing. There's always that one sticker that decides to just ruin everything for you, because you're like going on a perfect streak and like getting all your stickers all right, and you're feeling really proud of yourself. And then there's that one sticker that decides to ruin everything, and that's the sticker. It's kind of popped up over there. I just don't like that, but you know, you can't really do anything about it. And there's another sticker on the top over here, and then another sticker over here. And I really am proud of this sticker over here, because if I messed it up, I would have been done with life. But I really did it well. And this sticker is actually really cool because it adds a little bit of detail. It shows that that truck is actually being ripped open. And then there's a number plate sticker over here. And just, it's really cool. This truck, I just don't know how they pulled it off. And then when you open it up, you do get, oh yeah, by the way, there's another sticker over here. It says, "How's my driving?" Shocking. So that's really cool. But when you open it up on the inside, you get one weapon over here, one weapon over here. Don't really know what these weapons are supposed to be. Doesn't look like any weapon at all. But there's this stud shooter we have been seeing very frequently lately. And then when you take out these 2 crates over here, you get this DODC kind of logo. And then when you open it up, one is completely empty, and then one is this basically a stud with a 1x1 cone piece on it, and I don't know what that is, because that's definitely not in the movie. But you know, they couldn't have put a bigger weapon on it anyways. So you can just store that in the back of the truck. And then, you know, the truck is very amazing. So I don't really know what this clip is for. Don't know what that is. But when you open up the cockpit over here, you just get the standard driving wheel, and there's nothing else to see over here. And then yeah, that's it about the truck. It's really cool actually that they've made it in the theme of Shocker itself by putting a little bit of yellow in it. But I don't think the actual truck is like that in the movie. But I haven't really paid attention to that anyways. And then there's another sticker over here, and the wheels, they have changed up a bit. You know, they've gone with the new wheels, or the new type of wheels, rather than the standard ones we've seen a lot. And then now you can, if you don't want to use it, you can just store it, and then, you know, just close it up whenever you want to. And yeah, that's the truck. And I really don't want to use a stud shooter because I don't want to lose all my studs, and they do include 6 extras. And then the last thing I want to show you is basically the comic that they have continued, or I don't know if they stopped it or continued it. Usually these things are not very interesting. There's no point to them. But some of the younger audience really wants to see it and is kind of interested. But even the younger audience, I don't even know if they want it in the first place, because it does kind of stay true to the movie, I guess. But most of it is supposed to be funny and everything, so that's kind of cool. The artwork is always really nice. And yeah, they do always put an advertisement for the next movie that comes up, which is Thor Ragnarok in this case. And I'm just really excited for these sets as well, especially for that Hulk Big Fig. I'm just really excited for them. But, you know, as we've seen in the set photos, or like the, you know, just the set in general, it doesn't look very interesting because that's it. That's the set. You know, the only interesting thing is the minifigures this time around. And just digging the Hela or Hela minifigure. Not Hela, it's definitely Hela. I'm really digging that minifigure. Just really love that helmet. Just love it. And then yeah, the Hulk Big Fig is a really nice thing to look forward to, and it just, all the minifigures look really amazing this time around. But other than that, this set is just a really enjoyable set. But other than that, thank you for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe.